Museum welcomes. Hey, yeah, your name here, we could put something like that. If you
Let
take
us
on.
provide our own name.
Yes, you could do that, and we'll provide you with a quill if you'd like that. So, printer's ink goes a long, long way. That's all the ink we need. And it's kind of funny, upstairs we buy ink in 25-pound cans, and we go through it a lot. So we have machines upstairs that can use up 4 or 5 pounds of ink in a morning, which is not at all difficult. But this is about as much ink as we need for this job. And this ink is American made. It uses hydrocarbon solvents. It's not especially, it's not environmentally cool like soy-based ink or anything fun like that. I'd like to put this down here, but what I would like you to do is make sure you don't get that on. Okay. It will come off, but it'll put a permanent stain on your clothes. I mean, we can get it off your hands. Okay. Now the next step here, because we have type in the press, and I've put a clean tympan in the press. Tympan is the same name as that part on that press. So the way this press works, the type is locked in a chase. I'll take the chase out just so you can see. We set the type, of course, by hand in a little hand carriage thing called a composing stick, but then we lock it in a frame made of steel. This is a modern one. The old ones were made of cast iron, but they're all broken now because people type on them too much. And so the steel frame, called the chase, then has these little gadgets in it called coins, and they're just little mechanical wedges that squeeze, and they push on the type and hold it in position. Now, up and down across the type come these 2 rollers. These are rollers that are now in such bad condition I need to replace them. But they're probably 20 years old. They're made of gelatin. I'm going to replace them with this beautiful new rubber material that they make rollers out of now. Our new rollers that we get are, they'll last forever, and they're so much better than these I'm really looking for, but they're relatively cheap. So in a few weeks I will get some new rollers. But what I want to do is distribute the ink on the distribution plate. What I'm doing is I'm just spreading it out. All there is to it. Now, while you're printing, you hear that little ringing sound? There's a little latch on the back, and each time you make an impression, it turns that plate just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to ink the surface of the type. You want to be careful to distribute the ink first, and then ink the type. And then the one absolute rule in our museum is that nobody ever closes a press unless one of the trained curators gets to see it. So I just put a kiss impression of the job onto the tympan, which shows where it's printing, and it isn't quite enough pressure. So I'm going to come back here and dig. We have some it's called packing material. This is newsprint. I just need to find it. It's hiding here. Well, here's some. Oh yeah. So we use what's called a hardboard, which is an oiled board. And I don't know anything about the material it's made from. It's a very hard material that we buy from a company that sells printing supplies, and then we pack it with newsprint. And the reason we use newsprint is that newsprint is very soft and absorbing of pressure. So put a little more ink on the type, put a little bit more pressure on the job, and now we have an honest impression of the job. And then we put the sheets. Okay, so we'll just need one for the moment. Right, now, anytime I plan a printing job in this museum, I start from the paper and work backward. Because paper, though, we have lots of it. You want to make sure you have the paper first, that you can fit the paper in the press, that you can fit the job to the paper, and that you can print it, because you can get in lots of trouble fast if you design something that you can't print. Oh, it won't fit. And where do you do that? We don't own a bigger press, except that big cylinder right there. And that takes 3.5 hours to set up. So then you go back and start over again. So it's much easier to do it the opposite way. So this morning we started with a piece of paper that is 33 picas by 25 and a half picas. How many picas?
6.
6. Good for you. And how many points in a pica?
12.
Good. And how many points in an inch? 72. Good. You're doing your multiplication. Anyway, and of course my pica pole, which I have a special pocket for that one. Okay. So the other tools of the trade are pencil, the pica pole, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called a rule-up. And so for that, I just draw a line straight down the middle. And I don't have to be careful. I just panic. If you get it close, it's good enough. Because you can make microscopic adjustments to the position by tapping on or sliding the little pins that we use for positioning. What I'm interested in doing though is just splitting this card into half, both ways. So it's 5.5 long way. I'm not going to cut it in half exactly because things that are in the middle always look a little low. So I'm going to go an 1/8 inch high. So I'm going to go to 2 3/4 minus an 8. So actually I might go up a little bit more than that. I think I'll go up to about 2.5, which would put us